What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to AmbitionZ VapeR. Today we're going to be looking at the Armageddon Manufacturing Aftermath mod version 2 with the stainless steel deck and cap to match with an Ultim drip tip. Let's take a look at it. So this was sent to me from Armageddon Manufacturing for the purpose of this review. Thank you very much, Ariel. It's not going to change my opinion of this mod. All right. So they came out with the V1. All right. I did a review on the V1. V1 was nice. Depending on the magnets or spring that you had in there, I did have some arcing issues, and I had misfiring issues because of the throw that was so light. Not sure why, but I did have some misfires, etc. What we're going to do in this review, guys, we're going to dive down and show it to you, take apart the button, show you the button, put a build in the stainless steel deck, show you everything. Then we're going to come back up top, vape on it, talk on it, pros and cons, final thoughts if a mugger stole my book bag, and this was it when I go out and buy it, and I'll let you know what I'll basically compare these two at the end. All right? Let's have vape on it real quick. So I got a VTC5A in here. All right. Got James Mucklin 6-core Mech mod 0.11 ohm aliens up top. I have some mod milk pink in there now. It's an 80-20 VGPG ratio. And I have some Texas Tough cotton. I'm switching it up today. All right. Let's have vape. Let's dive down and check out the Aftermath V2. Alright, so this is what it looks like versus the version 1. Okay. Holes for ventilation. This one really didn't have any holes for ventilation. And that is the switch difference. Alright, brass. This was still had a notch. I liked the notch because it didn't spin. This one can spin. Alright. A little bit different. Same hybrid top cap. It says Aftermath 109. Those are the threads. Holes for ventilation up top. Holes for ventilation on the bottom. Then you have this piece in here. Nice threads. It's a brass mechanical. All right, Cerakoted. It does come with a spring, and here's the switch. All right, brass threads, nice and beefy. This is Armageddon MFG. Good throw on this one. It's got some Delrin. All right, and then it's got a cutout in the middle of the positive of the throw. All right, to prevent arcing, I guess. So if you wanted to take it apart, you would have to that's brass as well. Magnet, or you can do a spring. Put it on there like so. Make sure the magnet's in there. All right. It's a nice firm throw. It's a VTC5A. That loose for now. A matching cap. Okay. Red and black with a Ultim wide bore on it. Okay. Definitely tighter O-rings. Same airflow, same teardrop configuration. Okay, it's some blemishes. All right, not a big deal, I guess. You know, it doesn't really bother me, but you can take that out. There's an O-ring in there. You can use your own goons or apocalypses, okay? You can buy additional magnets. These are like medium magnets. You can also buy squonk bottom feeder pins. Okay, so I have one of those until I get a good squonking device, which I don't have yet. And these are the new stainless steel decks. All stainless steel. Okay, made by Armageddon Manufacturing. It's a stainless steel, plenty of protruding 510 pin. Stainless steel deck, everything stainless steel. Nice machining. You got the flathead screws. All right, everything's good. So I'm going to put a build on this. I'm going to use some 6-core N80 3mm aliens, 0.11, 4 wrap. Some Texas Tough Quick Wicks. Go back up top. Let's vape on this, talk on the pros and cons. I'll compare it to the V1. See you guys in a minute. And we're back from the close-up on the Aftermath V2 with the matching cap. How do I feel about it? What do I like about this? What I don't like about it? I'm just gonna let you know straight up. Well, I love the Cerakoted look, all right? And the matching cap, I think it matches it beautifully. Now, there's a couple things that they definitely fixed on this compared to the V1. Sure, the Delrin down below is self-adjusting, so you can get the switch with the mod flush. I felt it. I felt the tension. It's a tight tension, which I like, and it's in there solid. There's no side rattle, up and down rattle. There's zero rattle on this bad boy. That's going to be pro number one. Pro number two, they put ventilation holes on the top and the bottom, depending on if you put your battery positive down or positive up, depending on which way you like to run it. That's going to be a pro. The O-rings on this AFC ring that comes to do matchy-matchy is way better than the O-rings on the original Gen 2 Apocalypse. I felt like those were loose. You know what I'm saying? So the O-rings on the stainless steel deck are definitely thicker, and the O-rings on the top of here are definitely thicker as well. So that's going to be a big pro as well. All right, same airflow. There's no single option on this AFC ring, which is fine. There's no conical design, which is fine. Still has great flavor. I like the stainless steel deck. If you guys are looking to get the stainless steel deck instead of the gold-plated deck, he definitely has that option available. There's neodymium magnets inside. They're very, very strong. That's the other pro on the V2 compared to the V1. This throw, even though I asked for it, way too light. Too light. Sometimes this wouldn't sit flush, like it wouldn't screw up all the way. So there'd be a little bit of a gap. On this one, there's no gap. Now, the button on both of them, this one had like a notch so the button wouldn't spin. And this one doesn't have that notch. So it can spin. I can spin it. Okay? Not really that big of a deal. And it's a little bit recessed. So it's not going to fire. That one wouldn't fire either, but it's a little recessed compared to the other switch. So I just want to mention all the differences, all right? So I like this switch. The whole thing's brass with Cerakote on the outside. That's nice. It's a hybrid connection, okay? Make sure you have a protruding 510 pin. His decks have plenty of a protruding 510 pin, so that's going to be a pro. The throw, the connection, the contact point inside of the throw compared to the V1, and this was also a copper mod, and that is a brass, all right? On this throw, there's no hole. See how it's just flat? It's copper, number one. This one's brass, number two. All right, but it's just straight solid piece. On the newest version, on the V2, he cut out a little bit of an indent in the center of the contact pin. So in my opinion, what I believe is that this one's not going to have any arcing issues. It's not going to have any misfires. For some reason, that could have been the reason why. It must be. That's why I put it in there. This would have arcing issues and misfires. Sometimes I'd hit it and it wouldn't fire, and then I'd have to hit it again and it would fire. Great mod, but small little issues. This one, I don't have any misfires. I don't have any arcing issues. O-rings are great. I like the middle here. He added that middle accent on the V2 versus the V1. There's not that accent. Okay, I like that. It's a small thing, but it just feels a little bit nice in the hand. Ultim drip tip. This thing hits. It hits harder than the V1 copper. I don't know why. I'm just giving you my experience with it. I don't know why. It probably because of the updates that he did. This thing hits definitely a lot nicer than the V1. I don't get a hot button. I didn't really get a hot button on the other one either. So it's all good. I love how you can match them up. They definitely look nice to match up. This switch feels a little bit more solid, more of a connection. Feels a lot nicer in the hand. It's a very firm throw. I like it. It hits, man. You know, people are all like against the more threads on the bottom is going to have voltage drop and all this like stuff. I don't believe that, okay? It's all subjective, but this thing hits beautifully. It is a hard hitter. It hits like the Doom Mech mod that I did a review on recently. He came out with the Doom mod. He came out with the Aftermath mod. The Doom hit great. The Aftermath didn't hit as hard as the Doom. This thing hits as hard as the Doom. The throw is nice and firm. I like it. Feels comfortable in the hand. Very easy to grip and rip. But this throw isn't as firm as the Doom. I thought the Doom was too firm, or it was the way the mod was. It was like an octagon, so it was hard to grip it. This one is perfect. Machining's great. Built solid. I think he did a phenomenal job on the V2. He came out with the V2, obviously, because people are having issues with the V1. The V2, he definitely upped the game. The O-rings, the deck. You can get a bottom-feeding, squonking 510 for the Apocalypse now. You can get a stainless steel deck, a gold-plated deck. You can get Ultim drip tips. You can get better O-rings. He listens, man. He's doing a phenomenal job over at Armageddon. Ariel Paxson, man. You did a phenomenal job on this, brother. You really did. This is definitely one of my favorite mechs. This thing hits beautifully. No ramp up time. I mean, it takes the aliens. The dual aliens in this bitch, man. It beautifully. Beautifully. All right. If a mugger stole my book bag and I was on the train and this was in it, I would definitely go out and buy this, man. This is a nice mechanical. I think it's twice as nice as the V1 Aftermath. It's just a little bit tighter. It works great. It fires great. It hits hard. O-rings are better. I like everything about it, man. Holes for ventilation. You can easily see bottom and top holes for ventilation. So that's a big aspect that he added as well. And I love the looks of it, man. It's just a nice looking mechanical. It's got some nice weight to it. This gets a little bit warm, but the switch don't get warm at all. Everything sits flush. Down here, it sits flush. Everything's nice and intact. It's solid. You can find the Aftermath V2 mod at ArmageddonManufacturing.com. Link on screen and description. That's where I sent from. That's where you can find it. Now, get your vape budget hands out, okay? These ain't cheap. They're a little bit more expensive than the V1. It starts at $204.99 and it goes up to $304.99. This one's $304.99. It is pricey, okay? That's definitely an expensive mechanical mod, but I think it's worth it. It's all made in the USA, designed in the USA, manufactured in the USA, built solid. It's Cerakoted. It's brass. The whole thing's brass Cerakoted. I think it's worth paying the extra dollars and support American-made products. Armageddon Manufacturing is doing a phenomenal job. They listen to the consumers. They do whatever's necessary to make the products 100%, and they did it, man. And I love it. The caps, I think, are like $35 to $45 for the cap. All right, and you can get the Ultimate Drip Tip. I'm pretty sure it's going to come with it. Doesn't matter where I hit that throw. It fires. This thing never misfires. It doesn't arc. That's what I got for you today, squad. I hope you found the video helpful or informative. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like, share, subscribe. Comment down below if you have any additional questions or concerns on the Aftermath V2 Mech or anything else for that matter. I do give you content daily, 1080p, 60 frames. Don't waste your bandwidth not being subscribed to the channel. Remember, squad, stay juiced up. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Audio